Hey y'all, so I'm getting in this message, okay? If you were drawn to this message by the title, anything like that, maybe this message is for you or there is something for you, okay? This message is to remind you or to let you know that your life has just begun, all right? Or is about to begin, okay? Some of you have been going through so much and living a life that you have gotten comfortable with, you have gotten used to, and it's really not going to be like that forever. Okay. Some of you also feel like I need a life. I need some excitement. I need something new. I need something daring. I need something risky, right? Because you've been doing things maybe routine for the last couple of months, couple of years. All right. Maybe working the same job, maybe around the same people, just doing the same type of routine. And you're like, I need a life. Okay. Maybe you're not even doing the same routine. Okay. Maybe things is changing up in work. It's a bit different, but you still feel like I need a life. All right. I'm here to let you know from the Holy Spirit that your life is about to begin. All right. Things are starting to begin in your world. Okay. So, you could have switched jobs, right? Even though you feel like you've been doing the same thing, maybe you switch jobs. Okay. That's part of your life beginning. All right. You might not be able to see it now, but that is part of your life actually beginning. Okay. You could have switched shifts, right? Now you're working a different time on the job. Okay. Maybe you switch jobs altogether. You're not working for that company. You're working for another company, or maybe you are working for the same company, but you're a different position now. Okay. Maybe you're in a different state now, working in a different city. Okay. It's some type of increase. Okay. Something changed within your work, right? But this is because your life is about to begin. All right. So, this is not a personal message. So I do not know specifically who I am speaking to. But so because I'm speaking to a nation, to a couple of people, different people, a lot of people, I have to give you these many different options. Okay. Some of you have started new positions within the same company. Some of you are starting new positions with different companies. Some of you have moved to a different city or state that you have to work for. Some of you, you have moved just the shift time. So you're not working the same time. You're working a different time. Okay. It's very different. All right. Some of you, you're not even working for that business or doing that type of trade anymore. You switch trades. You're into another trade. Okay. It's different for many, many people. All right. Some of you have just left a job and you've been trying to get another job and trying to get another job, and you're trying to figure out why you're not getting a job. It's because maybe the places that you're applying to is not the places that God really wants you to work at. Okay. There's still some analyzation that needs to go on so you can figure out what it is that God really wants you to do, because he will allow you to flourish and grow in that when it's somewhere that he wants you to be. Okay. So because of these transitions that just happened, okay, some of you, it's been really big ones where you have to actually work in a whole new city or a whole new state. All right. And some of you is big where it's different shifts. So your shift time has changed. Maybe you once worked in the mornings, now you're working the nights. Or maybe you once worked at nights, now you're working the mornings. Okay. Or your days off or days on is different. Okay. Some of you, it's a different town, like I said, a different city, a different state, okay, that you had to move to or something like that. And you could still be getting used to the new changes. Okay. These changes could be very, very recent. All right. Who this message is for, these are recent changes. Okay. This is within the last year I'm getting. Okay. I'm also getting within the last couple of months, not even that far. Okay. Some of you, this is within the last couple of weeks. All right. And you're trying to still get the hang of this new transition, because some of you, this is not where you thought that you would be. Okay. Or maybe you thought that you would be here, but just not this soon. Or you thought that you would be here, just not at this location or at that specific location. Okay. It's something that you've wanted, but you feel like it got given to you maybe at a fast time, or it got given to you in a way that you didn't think that it was going to be given to you. Like the opportunity was presented in a way that you didn't expect. Okay. Or maybe this opportunity unfolded because of certain circumstances or things that you were going through. Okay. You could have been down and out. You could have lost a place, lost a job, lost something. Okay. And this opportunity came out of nowhere, and you did not expect this opportunity to grow and become everlasting like this. Okay. Something like that for some of you. All right. I want you to understand that This is your prayer, okay? This is one of your answered prayers, all right? It looks a little weird, all right? And I'm going to use the word weird because this is the word that they're using now, okay? It just kind of just going to summarize how I'm feeling or how you're feeling, okay? How I'm translating this message, how I feel it in my spirit, all right? Some of you feel like the adjustment is a bit weird, okay? And it's weird because you actually love it, but it's some things that you're still like, this is still weird. Okay, so say you got a new leadership position, right? And maybe you had to switch locations, you had to switch cities or states, whatever, when it comes to this job to work this position. Or maybe you didn't switch cities and locations. You're still at the same place, but it's just a higher position. You love it. Right? This is something that you've always wanted to do. You wanted a leadership position because you're hardworking. Okay. You do these type of things anyway. So now you're actually living in that title and you're getting paid that, but it still feels a little weird. Okay. You still might be trying to figure out like, how to really stand up and speak for yourself, what to go for, what not to go for, understanding that, your requirements are different now that you're in this leadership position, and it's okay to have higher standards or needs now that you're in this higher position. Like having to, maybe you're in a position where now you have to really speak up, okay? Or you have to put your foot down. You have to set boundaries. Or if someone does something, you have to let them go. You have to fire people, okay? So now it's like a whole different world, okay? Something that you've always seen yourself able to do or be, but because it's happening now, you're going through the transitioning of learning that you're not tripping. This is part of the job. You have to have boundaries. You have to have standards. You require this, and you're not tripping. Okay. The weird part is you telling yourself that I'm not tripping out. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm not being too harsh. This is exactly what I need, or this is what the company needs. This is the best thing to do. You get what I'm saying? Excuse all the noise in the background, y'all. This could be confirmation for some of you it could just be annoying. Okay. So yeah, you could be really just battling within yourself, okay? Because maybe you're in a leadership position where the workload is a bit much, okay? It's not too much where you feel like it's more than you can bear, but it is a bit much. You're handling more things. You're having to open up a store or close down a store or close down a foundation, okay? You're having to open, or like you're the main person in call, main person in demand, and it's not like you're complaining that is the job is too much, you can't handle it, okay? That's why you got a weird feeling. That's why it feels weird, because it's like it's something that you can very much handle and you like doing, but it's just a bit more transitioning that is happening where you still feel a bit weird, okay? You're learning how to become your higher self, okay? You're stepping into your higher self. That's basically what it is. Your younger self is learning how to take the step into the higher self, because your higher self is already physically been presented to you, all right? So now you have to transition your mind, your boundaries, your goals, your standards to level with your higher self, okay? So your higher self is telling you to do things and say things and stand on certain things and require certain things, and your younger self is trying to take that step into that boot, okay, so that you can walk in those shoes of your higher self. So it may feel a bit weird, okay? A bit okay? Not a little bit, but a bit weird, because you're is what you want, but you could have been used to having to do things another way, or people not listening to you, or people not really taking your advice. You know what I'm saying? So you not used to actually speaking up and saying what you want or how you feel or whatever, because you feel like people always just ignored it. But now you're in a position where people actually do care about how you feel. They do want to know your input. They do want to have your advice. So it's like you have to really learn how to trust yourself and trust what you're doing and trust where you're being led. Okay. So that's why it's taking a bit of you. It's taking a bit for you to like step into that shoe. I'm seeing like the real big Clifford red boots that was like very trendy last year or whatever like that. It's like you trying to, just put your foot in there. Okay. You see it's a lot of room. You see that this is a kind of a big thing. This is very weird. This is very new. This is very different type of boots. And your higher self is just like, put your foot in there and everything is going to feel okay, because you feel like it's so big. When your foot go in there, it's going to just be all over the place. It's not going to fit. It's too big. But when you actually put your foot foot in this boot, you're going to see how snug it is, how perfect it is. Okay. It's the perfect fit. It's actually not as big and crazy as it seems on the outside. Okay. And that's basically what you're telling yourself, okay, as you're moving forward. And God is bringing in the right people to remind you that, no, you have a life. You are living life. You're living the life that you always dreamed of. You're in a position that you've wanted, okay, for a while now. God has given it to you. And now it's time for you to get your body and your mind and soul together so that you're able to really transition, because your body is already here. We just need your soul and mind to follow, okay, because a lot of you have already been presented with these higher energy things that you have been wanting. Okay, your higher self has already presented themselves to you and is telling you like, this is it, this is the life. Okay, this is it, this whatever it may be. Okay, some of you is not a job situation, it could be a relationship. Okay, some of you it could be a family situation. Okay, apply how it fits for you, but it's something within your higher self telling you or reminding you like, this is it, this is your prayer, this is an answered prayer. It's okay, like take the step. It's okay, you're not asking for too much. It's okay, let this person know. It's okay, you have standards, you have boundaries, you have non-negotiables. It's okay. Okay, so you're learning to be okay with the new way of feeling or the new way of thinking, the new way to operate when you're in this new position. You're not trying to operate and have boundaries and standards in something and you're still the same old way. No, you're a new person. Okay, you stepped into your new self, you stepped into your higher self, you stepped into that better position, you stepped in some type of major position, and now it's time for you to get your body, mind, and soul together and understand that this is where you're meant to be, this is where you're supposed to be, this is where God has placed you, because this is where you've been asking, and this is where he see fit, this is where he see that you can actually grow and have that dream. Okay, some of you've been praying and wanting this dream, and God has given you the things that can get you to that dream or where you're living the dream right now. But it takes a bit of adjusting and opening up your eyes, cleaning off your glasses or whatever, to make sure that you can see properly that your higher self is actually pulling you along and training you to be who you need to be. Okay, making sure that you're asking for the right things that you need to ask for, making sure that all your needs are met, your wants are met. Okay, just making sure that you're able to speak up on things, because a lot of you, like I said, you wasn't able to speak out in your last job, even though you knew that you had a very good opinion or your advice was always solid. It still felt like people didn't want to hear you or didn't want to listen to you. So you could have just gotten to the sense of just not even sharing your opinions or advice anymore because you got tired of people not listening. But now God is pushing you where you're being asked or required to share your advice, share your opinions, because people are actually listening to you, because they see you in this new light. You are in a new light. You're in a whole new position. You're handling something different. It's a whole new role that you're playing within your life, within other people's lives. So it's time for you to really, really, really get on board when it comes to this new transition and understand that this is an answered prayer. All right. I love you, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.